live on the YouTube, and it's Friday night, so you know what that means. But tonight, it's not going to be a regular Friday night. Tonight going to be a special night. Because I'm inviting pretty much anybody and everybody to come chat with me about tonight's topic. That's why the live stream is called Creator Summit. I'm inviting all of y'all, but we got multiple ways that you all can interact with your boy Viper tonight. We are live here on YouTube, but in about 15 minutes, I'm going to start a Twitter Spaces as well. So if you want to turn on your camera and come join me and talk about these changes that YouTube is undergone this week, you can do that. Or if you want to be lazy and interact via the Twitter Spaces, I'm making it flexible tonight. So if you got a few minutes to come chat with me, however you want to do that, tonight's the night. We doing it big out here. But remember how I said last week that I did not have a watch so I could do my usual time call out? That is not the case this week. Your boy Viper has a watch, but not just any watch. Oh, no. Your boy Viper has gone ultra. And according to my Apple Watch Ultra, it is exactly 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. Yes. So, for those of y'all who are new, or for those of you who somehow catch the replay of the live, you want to listen to this next part very, very carefully. And where in the world is my chat? Whoa, hold on, man. What's going on, man? I'm talking about player. Where is my chat? What is going on here? Where's my chat, yo? Where's my box? Did they, bruh. Ecan, what's going on, man? Oh, bro. All right, hold on. We got problems down here. I'm missing something. I am missing something. Where is my chat, yo? There it is. I'm about to say, damn, where's my chat? All right, I found it. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Had a tangent there. Had to find my chat box. Okay. So, for you new people, you want to turn your volume down right now because it's about to get a little loud in here. But for my veterans, y'all know what's about to happen. Y'all know what's coming down the pipe. So you are already prepared out here. So, without that, with that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and go to work and get into this live stream so we can start up this Twitter Spaces and have a grand chat about everything that happened this week, because a lot happened this week in YouTube. Oh, man. Woo. All right, let's go to work, Viper. Let's go to work. Woo. What's up, people? This your boy, Viper, the man about tech, and we are live! Welcome to Friday Night Fight, baby! Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah! It is that day again! We are back! We are live on YouTube! Yeah! Before I go into the festivities, I'm glad that was a good one, because next Friday night I will not be able to be with you all, because I will probably be on an airplane somewhere heading back from LA. So Friday Night Viper will not be going down next week. So this is the last show for 2 weeks, but try not to miss me too much. But before I get started with tonight's festivities, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. First on the list, Alex Jackson is out there in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got my man Barry Johnson, who joined me last week. I appreciate you, sir. How you doing? We got Cool Gamer out here. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Technically T. What's up, bro? How you been? What's going on? We got the Tech God up in here. What's up, Tech God? How you doing? We got Joseph Hardison here. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? My enforcer Genosis is in the cut. What's up, sir? How you doing? We got Jeff Hale is here. What's up, bro? How you been? My homie from the UK, Marvin Wallace is here. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Alan Osborne in the building. What's up, sir? How you doing? Who else we got? Let me keep scrolling. We got my man A-Train, Mr. Elliott himself. What's up, bro? How you doing? Who else we got out here? Let me keep scrolling. We got my man Don Colvin, 18-month channel supporting Beef Mode. Don, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. What is going on with you tonight? We got Majida Art out here. Hey, Majida, how you doing? Good to see you. We got Mr. Brian R. What's up, Mr. Brian? How you doing? Who else we got out here? We got the world's largest troublemaker out there. Trent Tackins in the building. What's up, sir? How you doing? What's going on? We got Khalil out here, too. What's up, Khalil? How you been, my dude? We got iLobo. What's up, Lobo? How you doing, baby? What's going on? We got Sold by Tech. What's up, bro? How you been? What's up with you? Who else we got? Tech for your needs. What's up, sir? How you doing? Good to see you. Who else is in the building? Let me keep scrolling. What is going on? Oh, yeah, my head of security, El Jefe Rebuke. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, baby? What's going on? And, of course, we got Annette Portalatine. What's up, Annette? How you doing? What's going on? Fit Blonde Tech is in the building. What's up, Fit Blonde? How you been? Who else we got? Let me keep going. Oh, man, we got Love Baron Burton here, too. Oh, bro, what's up? How you doing? Oh, man, we got the squad on deck tonight. Okay, I think we good. I think I caught everybody. All right. All right, so basically, like I said, actually, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the live stream, I am going to address the Apple Watch Ultra, because I know some of y'all are probably interested in my thoughts about that. So, just got it today, obviously, because today is launch day. I'm sorry I can't show it to you in the proper orientation because I'm wearing it, but the first thing about this watch, of course, is look how big that watch face is. It is ginormous. Now, a lot of people were thinking that it will be bigger on their wrist, but I don't have the biggest wrist in the world, and I'm using it just fine. Okay, I mean, can I get it to you right? Let me make sure you know. Okay, I gotta laugh because the Apple Watch just gave me a noise alert. I know, I'm loud. I know, calm down. I know I'm loud. Calm down. It is Friday night. You need to calm down. But, or back to what I was trying to do here. Look at it on my wrist. It's not that big, okay? It's not that big on your wrist. Even for small wrist people, I think you'll be doing fine with the Apple Watch Ultra. Listen, I freely admit, I told you all, I got it to flex, okay? Basically, I got it because I was on the Apple Watch Series 6. I don't like having watches with 2-year-old batteries. It was time for me to upgrade because, like I said, I don't like having watches with older batteries in them. And normally, I buy the stainless steel Apple Watches anyway. But when Apple came out there and announced the Apple Watch Ultra was going to be the same price as the stainless steel that I normally buy anyway, I'm like, oh, hi, Tim Cook. How you doing? Take my money. Holla. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes. You're going to give me a better product for the same price? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, absolutely. You better believe it, Tim Cook. You can have my money. Let's go to work. So I'm like, why would I buy a stainless steel Apple Watch when for a few bucks more I can get an Ultra? So that's what I did. So we got the Ultra in the building. We got that beef battery life, this bright display, which is like 2,000 nits. Wait, calm down. Wait, Siri, I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm not talking to you. Calm down. But bright display. The battery is what I'm looking forward to most, that 2-day and beyond battery life. And it's even going to get better later on this year when Apple announces or when they bring out their new low-powered extra battery mode or whatever. So that's not out yet, but it will be coming out later this year. So I'm looking forward to using that. But yeah, the Apple Watch Ultra is a beast watch. Glad I have it. We got the titanium casing so it could be more durable, longer lasting, harder sapphire crystal display. So yeah, we're doing big things with this Watch Ultra. Obviously, I will give you my thoughts since I spend more time with the watch. I'll do an actual proper video on it, and we'll rock out with there. If you guys got any questions about it, let me know, and I will try to address them as best I can. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to answer too much because I just got it today, but if you got any basic questions, I'll try to get to those. But what I really want to do tonight is bring my creator friends together to talk about the changes that happened with YouTube this week. So somehow, I was one of the few lucky people invited and flown out to Los Angeles this week for YouTube's major press announcement on Tuesday. And for those of y'all who are not aware, YouTube, of course, they held a press event in LA, which I was there in attendance for. And they announced at this event that they're introducing a new tier of the monetization program for short creators. So up until now, if you're a short creator on YouTube, you got paid through the short fund, a lot like they do on TikTok. They have like this creator fund, which is a pool of money, and you get paid depending on how many views you get on a short or something like that. It's crap. So YouTube had a similar thing with the short fund that they were doing up until this week. On Tuesday, they announced that they are doing a proper ad revenue sharing program for short creators, similar to what they are doing for long form creators. So with this short revenue ad sharing or ad revenue sharing model now, creators that meet the threshold requirements, I'll get to that in a minute, but creators who meet the threshold requirements can now get 45% of the short ad revenue. It's still not the same as what we do on long form because basically creators from the short creators, they'll have access to 45% of a particular pool of money. And I guess YouTube will determine how much you get based on your views or whatever. I don't know. But it's an ad revenue model that was not in existence before. And a lot of people are excited, and they should be. But what has a lot of creators apprehensive about it is the requirements. So, requirements, 10 million views. And why did I not start the Twitter space before I started doing all this? But 10 million views in 90 days to get into this program as a short creator. In addition to having to have 1,000 subscribers. So, it ain't just the 10 million views in 90 days. You also have to have 1,000 subscribers as a short creator to get into this as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with this. And like I said, that's why I want to do this this live stream and this Twitter space tonight to get you all thoughts and opinions on it. How you feeling? Are you approving what YouTube is doing? Are you comfortable with it? Do you think they could have done better? Do you think it's trash? Like, I want to talk to y'all about it. So the Twitter space is now open. So if you go on Twitter, at the top of your Twitter timeline, if you follow me, you should see my glowing yellow purple bubble. The space is called YouTube Creator Summit. If you guys want to come join me and talk about these changes that YouTube has made, you are invited. If you want to turn on your camera and come on the stream and rock with me tonight, you can turn on your camera and come on stream. So we're doing it either way. I'm making it easy for you all. You can come join me on the stream on YouTube, or you can hop into the Twitter space and we can do it like that. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Yeah, Barry Johnson, 10 million views in 90 days. I don't know if it's every 90 days, but I think to initially get into the program, you have to be able to amass 10 million views over a 90-day period, and then you can get in that way. And then obviously, once you're in, you will have to maintain that. But I'm just curious to get you guys' feedback about these changes, because I think there's a reason for creators to be excited, because that's not the only thing that YouTube announced this week. They also announced their new creator music program, which will allow creators to license music directly off of YouTube and not have to worry about getting your video copyright claim for using music that doesn't belong to you, or getting all of the money from those videos taken by the artist. So the creator music announcement was just as big as the shorts announcement. So that's why I want to have this space for you all. If you want to come talk about it, if you got questions, again, like I said, I was there in person in LA this week for the press event. So I was able to talk to the executives about how they feel about this. One of the first questions I actually asked the YouTube chief product officer was, you didn't make any announcements about changes to long form content. What are we doing for long form creators? Will they bring any changes for long form creators? And what he told me was that YouTube is going to introduce a new tier of a new way for long form creators to get into the partner program with lesser requirements, but you won't have access to the full program. But what you will have access to is the fan funding aspect of monetization, like super chats, super thanks, channel memberships. So later on next year, YouTube is going to introduce a new way for creators to get access to the fan funding parts of monetization. You won't get a cut of the ad revenue per se, but at least you will be able to enable super chats and things like that. And for small creators, that's probably more important than ad revenue anyway, because as we all know, when you're a small creator, ad revenue is pennies anyway, so who cares? But yeah, that's what it is. But we end the Twitter space. I got tech for your needs up here. What's going on, Luis? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I got a quick question, my brother.
What up?
You know how the regular monetization is 365 days to maintain that in order to get paid throughout the year?
Right.
Is the same qualification are for the shorts, because through the 365 days? Meaning the 10 million and 1K sub, it has to be 365 days?
Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to be if it's going to be a rolling thing. I would assume it's going to be a rolling requirement like the regular monetization. I don't know. They didn't really go into that too much, but I would assume that it is going to be a rolling 90 days. So you got to keep hitting 10 million views every 90 days or whatever, or you could potentially be put out of the partner program. What I will say is that once you're into the partner program, it's kind of hard to get kicked out. Okay, on my main channel, I have not uploaded a piece of content to my main channel, which is monetized this entire year, and the channel still makes money. So that tells me that the channel is still monetized, even though I have not uploaded content for 9 months on that channel, but it still makes a few bucks a month. So it's just one of those things where, I mean, we don't know. We won't know until the stuff goes into effect, but I got to believe that it'll be something similar to what they have in place right now. So when I get more clarification, I can come back and I'll give you a better answer.
Thank you.
I see we got Melly in the face and Matt and Bailey and we got Joe and Parker. What's up, Parker? Man, I love the Twitter videos that you send when you're responding to stuff, man. So I appreciate you. If you want to come up in a chit chat, if you got any questions, Parker, let me know. We can get you up here. Man, Parker be making some funny videos, for real though. All right, let me go back to the YouTube chat. Trenton says, man, I'd rather stick with getting 4,000 watch hours every year. Yeah, I mean, again, and here's the other thing. If you're a long form creator and you're not making shorts or you're not comfortable with the idea of making short form content, you don't have to change what you're doing. You can maintain. I don't really plan on changing what I'm doing right away. I'm still going to continue to make long form content because that's what I'm most comfortable with, and that is what my audience is used to. So for me, I don't know how much sense it will make to try to jump into the short form pool just because what's going on. But by no means do you feel like you have to change what you're doing as a long form creator to fit into the short trend. If you're more comfortable making long form content, continue to do that. Because one of the other things that the YouTube exec said at the event on Tuesday is that they're not really trying to push out long form creators. What they want to do with the platform is make it a one-stop shop for all creators, whether you're a long form creator or a short creator or a live streamer. They want you to be able and comfortable coming to YouTube to put out your content. So that is what they're trying to do. I don't foresee any changes in the interim to the way long form content is pushed out on the platform. But obviously, they are very heavily pushing shorts right now. But we got Alex Jackson in the space. What's up, Alex? How you doing, man?
So what do they mean? Like long form is just like more than a minute, basically? Is that what they mean?
Yeah, anything that's longer than 60 seconds is pretty much considered long form content for
When
for
I
YouTube.
think of long form, I think of videos that are over an hour.
Well, in this particular instance, we're talking about anything that's not a short.
Oh, okay. Because I thought if you do like a video that's longer than an hour, it doesn't perform as well.
What's up?
I thought if you do videos that are longer than an hour, they tend to not perform as well. Or is that true?
No, I mean, it really just depends on what you do normally on your channel. If you're normally uploading 5-6 minute video, but then you come out with an hour-long video, it might not do well because that's not what your audience is used to from you. So it really just depends on what you do normally on your channel. So Trenton is telling me I need to upload a video on the main channel because if I go a year without uploading, then they can disable monetization. Yeah, I don't know. I've actually thought about deleting the channel, which I know I shouldn't do because that would be dumb. But I've thought about deleting the whole channel. But yeah, I might have to throw out a short on. Maybe I'll throw some shorts on that channel just because I don't care, and we'll see what happens. So you might be onto something, Trenton. You might be onto something. But
just make sure you have all the content on your computer.
That's the other reason why I might not delete the channel because I don't save content. I keep it on YouTube because I'm like, why would I save it on my hard drive? Then it's on YouTube servers, you know. Even though that's not the best way to be, but I don't care.
That's what I do, but now I'm starting to like think I'll save it because it's a higher quality anyway. But I don't save the footage because that just takes up too much space.
Yeah, once I'm done making a video, I upload it to YouTube. After I upload it to YouTube, I delete all of the footage off my hard drive. I only have a 1 terabyte hard drive, so I'm not trying to take up too much space for my video. So I figure once I'm done uploading them to YouTube, I can delete them. And if I need them, I'll just go to the channel and pick off the parts that I need from the channel anyway. So, plus they'll be better indexed by YouTube than they will ever be by me anyway. So that's how I do it. But listen, tonight's live stream and Spaces is for you guys. Again, I got the forum open to you. That's why I'm doing it two ways. We're live on YouTube. We're also live on Twitter Spaces. So if you want to come chat with me about this, let me know how you feel. If you have any questions, put them in the YouTube chat or come on Twitter Spaces and request to speak, and I'll bring you up here and we can talk about it because I know creators have a lot of questions about what's going on. YouTube, they didn't clarify a lot of things. In some ways, they left us with more questions than answers after this announcement. So I want to be able to help you out with that as best I can since I was actually there. But I can't really do that if you guys don't ask questions. So just let me know, man. Let me know. Cyber says I need a nod, bruh. That's a little above my pay grade, yo. I don't have that much content, man. My videos are typically anywhere from like 500 megabytes to maybe 2 gigabytes normally. I do not need a nod, man. That would be a complete waste of money for me. But I know how other creators use it, and I'm pretty sure they get better use out of that.
One of my edited videos, like 4K compressed it, apparently was 40 gigabytes. I'm not sure how it was that big.
I don't know. Maybe you had a lot of assets in there. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was like footage from a phone or something like that. So like, it wasn't like a camera. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was something maybe it was a text in there probably. I don't know.
I don't know. You about to say something, Louise? What were you about to say?
Yeah, I got a question. Can you clarify? Because I misunderstood. I couldn't get the gist of the music part for independent music solo artists. Even though I'm not a singer, but I just would like to find information to learn.
Okay, so we don't know too much about this yet, but as I talked about earlier, YouTube announced a creator music platform. They're calling it Creator Music, and in this platform, creators will be able to go through a catalog of songs that they can license to use in a video.
Don't they already have that called Audio Library?
No, they don't have that. Hold on, Alex. They don't have that. That's the what you're talking about is the YouTube Audio Library, where you can just go get random sounds and songs and use them without any issue. The Creator Library is something completely different. When we talk about the Creator Music Library or the Creator Music thing, we're talking about mainstream music from mainstream artists that you can have access to, and you can either buy the license for that track, or you can use the track anyway without buying the license, but then you are going to have to share some of that revenue with the artist, depending on how much money that video makes. So you have two ways to do it. You can buy the license, or you can share revenue with the artist. But either way, this will keep creators from going up against copyright claims and also having all of your money taken if you use video or music that doesn't belong to you. Because right now, if you use a copyrighted song in your video, you can risk having the entire revenue from that video taken from you and give it to the artist. But with Creator Music, now you don't have to worry about that no more because you can either buy the license or you can choose to share revenue with that artist. So that is what we know about Creator Music. Right now, it's in beta. I don't think it's going to be released to the public until 2023. So if you guys have any more questions about that, I can do the best I can. But that's pretty much all I know about that at this time. But we got a
last question, if you don't mind.
Wait, what's that?
My last question.
Sure.
How much costs the license? Or that's still to be determined?
Right now, it's to be determined. But there are people that have access to the beta right now, and they're telling me that they are seeing prices from like free to over $6,000. So yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on. For one song, yeah, $6,000, yes. So obviously, as a creator, you have to make that determination about how you want to attack that, depending on what song you want to use. But let me say hello to my man Benjamin Lover of Tech. What's up, sir? How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing well, Vibes. I'm doing well. Happy Friday to everyone. Well, it's technically the Saturday early morning in the UK, so shout out to you all. Love a good crispy 4K stream, so looking good on that side, man. So well done with that. I like that.
Appreciate you.
I kind of wanted to play a bit of devil's advocate with just this whole thing that YouTube are doing, right?
Okay.
And that's coming from someone that is very biased to YouTube. I love YouTube. And when I say I love YouTube, I do. Like, I genuinely do. I think it is the superior platform. I think they've been in the game for the longest. So they've had the longest time to master it, where we know YouTube effectively ain't going to die. They're just such a staple now, right?
Right.
But sitting there, one of my guys, Kagan Tech, he's based in Nigeria. He does tech content as well. And there's something that he posted on his Instagram Reels and his TikTok that hit me in the feels about YouTube throwing money at the problem. Now, I want to commend YouTube for what they're doing in terms of obviously what you said about the music licensing platform and, whatever they're putting into the creator funds and whatnot. But I want to say that personally, going against the grain, YouTube are throwing money at the problem because their platform more recently, and people are going to hate me for saying this because I know people favor the algorithm and stuff, but I don't think the platform is good enough for like new discoverability and virality, right? That's just my opinion. I know the benchmark is, I think, 10 million views in 90 days with 1,000 subscribers and whatnot. I personally think that benchmark is a bit too high, one.
Okay.
Two, the reason why I use that as an example, if you look at someone like Kagan Tech, based in Nigeria, he's produced 466 videos and he's just only got 23, well, let's just say 24K subs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I even look at you, the effort you put into your first channel, right?
Right.
And then I use myself as an example where I'm on about 482 videos, right? And I know I went through different transitions and whatnot. But the TikTok that he posted was literally, he just decided like, I'm just gonna have a break from YouTube, go hard on TikTok for a month, and in a month he hit 100K followers. Now I get it. TikTok has its own problems in how they're marginalizing creators when it comes to funds and payout, right? But the discoverability there, when it comes to whether you're niching down or not, I'll be very honest, is very incredible, right? Both platforms have their own battles that they're fighting. But I just feel like, honestly, YouTube does need to do better in terms of discoverability. I feel like they've, I wouldn't say over commercialized themselves, but they've gone to a point where more of what you see on YouTube, if you're not signed in, for example, or even when you're signed in, is literally from kind of like the commercial corporate side of things, like your Jimmy Kimmels and whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. I know everyone's like the death of what do you call it? The death of TikTok because YouTube is bringing money to make, creators happy and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, for my channel size, even before sponsorships, AdSense is, especially more recently, AdSense is nice, right?
Okay.
But I just feel like YouTube needs to be a bit more creative, sort out their algorithm. Because I look at people like you, I look at people like myself, I look at people like Kagan, I look at people like Trent and Marshall. I look at certain people that, even as well as they're doing, for the effort that they put in, not just effort in terms of creative ideas of videos to react to, in terms of in the moment, trends, production quality, thumbnails, you're not owed like a good performing video. But then when you look and compare and contrast how certain people switched up on the different platform like TikTok and even Instagram more recently with the changes that they've done with Reels where people are fighting them, but the results are showing the benefits of new discoverability. I look at YouTube and I'm like, I love you lot. Like, and it's coming from a place of like, it's like a first love relationship, right? I actually don't think YouTube is in a good place for that. And I think them just throwing money to kind of like hide the fact that their platform has become more commercialized in discoverability is kind of disappointing for me. So I kind of wanted to chime in and bring that perspective and yeah, kind of go against the grain for that.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. So let me try to do this as best I can. So first, I'll attack the how you said that creators can go to other platforms like TikTok and have better discovery. That is definitely true. Creators have blown up. I know creators that have gone from YouTube that weren't doing much on YouTube, and they've gone to TikTok and they've blown up. So there's definitely an element of that. But on the flip side, though, you can blow up on TikTok, but blowing up on TikTok is not what blowing up on YouTube is, just because of the nature of the content. The content on TikTok is so short that it doesn't really give a viewer enough time to establish that bond, that strong relationship with a viewer that you do on YouTube with long form content. So 100,000 followers on TikTok is nowhere near the equivalent of having 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's just not. But you do make a good point. If you want to grow faster, there might be other platforms out there that are not YouTube that you can do that. Now, YouTube, I would argue with you, they are getting a little better about that because short creators have blown up on YouTube by doing YouTube shorts. Is it like TikTok where you could just blow up instantly because of a For You post and something like that? I don't know if I would go that far, but there are creators on YouTube that have been using YouTube Shorts that have blown up their channels. They made the transition from doing long form to short form, and they've seen a lot more success with YouTube Shorts because of how heavily YouTube is pushing shorts. The last thing I'll talk about is how you said YouTube is commercialized. If you would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have said, yes, YouTube is definitely too Hollywood. They're bringing in A-listers. They're trying to promote A-listers more, this, that, and the other. But today, that is simply not the case. And it's so not the case that their chief business officer, who they brought in to cater to the more Hollywood aspects of YouTube, is now leaving YouTube because YouTube is going in a different direction and it's not really what he signed up for, so he's leaving. So he's leaving YouTube because YouTube is getting back to focusing on the homegrown creator. I mean, that's why you see the big push for shorts now, because they want to bring in more homegrown creators to the platform, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. So they're definitely focusing now more on the homegrown creator than they were 2 years ago. But Ben, 2 years ago, I would have absolutely said, yes, they're really too Hollywood. But today, I think they've kind of gotten away from that and are trying to get back to what made the platform great in the first place, focusing on the homegrown creator.
I appreciate the input, and obviously it's a bit of an open dialogue because it's something I'm passionate about, not just for me as an example, but I've used a couple of people as an example, like yourself, Trent Marshall, my boy T, even circling it back to me, right? As someone that manages like multiple YouTube channels as my day job as a full-time content creator, it's more that triggered it. And I love hearing, especially someone like you with such great insight, right? I love the fact that you're bringing such knowledge forward that is very encouraging for someone like me, and it's encouraging for other people to maybe allow them to give them confidence still to go back in the platform for homegrown content and also to reinvent themselves and reimagine themselves. And I've been applying that. The shorts that I've been putting out here and there in relevancy have been really helping on the channel. So it does give me some form of encouragement. But where I still challenge that, is the throw money at the problem solution, right? I know it's important. And I do understand that the weight of a follower to a subscriber still greatly favors YouTube. Like, don't get it twisted. I ain't trying to say, oh, like because someone's got 200k followers on TikTok, it's better than the 25k that I'm about to hit on my channel. Because the bread that I'm getting alone gives me more confidence that each subscriber that I get, each view that I get has the higher value. But I'm saying across the board, shorts or not, YouTube really, 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 really need to go back to the basics and making whether long form or short form or your in-betweens better discoverable for homegrown content. And to me, this is one critique that I was fighting against YouTube. I was fighting against people. Like I would call myself like a frontline YouTube defender, where those people that used to come at YouTube for that issue, I used to gun them down. It's only recently that I've seen the transition where, what, I start to think about it and I said, look, let me take my bias. Here's where sometimes when you have like a love relationship with something or someone, your bias clouds your judgment. I said, you know what, let me not cloud my judgment for a moment. Let me really look at this and really, really think and correlate. Obviously, quantity of videos doesn't equate that, oh, if you're just going to put lots of videos out there, it's going to guarantee you a certain amount of growth that you should have at a certain point. But when you actually deep it and look at it, that in terms of the relevancy of the videos you put out, the packaging, i.e., thumbnails, artwork, channel branding, the retention, the style of the videos, and you look at the return and the consistency, even when you're being smart to space it out, you look at the discoverability and you're thinking this platform low key is pushing, and I'm not talking about bigger YouTubers, but it's pushing like the focus on the commercial aspect of it way more than homegrown. Because sometimes when I discover certain people's channels, right, I didn't discover it through YouTube, I discovered it through somewhere else, right? Whether it be it TikTok, Instagram Reels or something. And I'm just saying, for me, I started to piece those things together and I'm thinking, that's low-key disappointing on YouTube because he or she that I'm watching, I should really have been seeing this person on the platform that they're producing for, you see. So It is encouraging. I always want to look at the positive and the solution. It's encouraging to hear stuff like this that you're saying that maybe 2 years ago you would have agreed. 2 years gone from now, maybe the effect of the pandemic and the blow up of TikTok has given them that culture shock and a reality shock that hey, we have actually not done that well to make our homegrown content discoverable for people that are actually on the original platform that put the you in YouTube for people, right?
Right.
But I just don't want YouTube to start blinding people in thinking, let's throw money at the problem. That means we're gonna encourage people to show that the other platforms are not doing well. I'll be honest, TikTok has a lot to learn when it comes to what they do for creators deserving what they need to get. That's a fact. We all know that now. This is an area that they got exposed when it came to their creator fund and just what they do, right? For the amount of effort that the people that grow on there do. But in terms of discoverability, like across the board, right? YouTube has got a long way to go.
All right. So Tony, I'm gonna get to you, but I want to stick to Ben for a few minutes because I know it's late in the UK. All right. So in terms of discoverability, right? Yeah, YouTube could definitely be better, but you got to remember there's like millions of creators on YouTube, and YouTube has there's millions of creators on YouTube, and YouTube is in the business to make money. So they're going to focus their attention towards the creators that bring in the most views. I think Roberto Blake put out a stat a year or so ago that 97% of the views on YouTube go to the top 3% of creators because they are the ones who bring in the ad revenue, make the money, and all that stuff. So if that's true, then that means that the rest of us creators that aren't in the top 3%, we get like 3% of the views or whatever. So
basically, we're getting breadcrumbs.
We're getting breadcrumbs. But again, when you're a business like YouTube, you have to do what's best in the best interest of the business to make money. But I will argue that I think, as far as discoverability on YouTube, I think YouTube is getting better because of shorts and how viral shorts can go in a quick amount of time. Again, like you were alluding to earlier, there have been creators that put in so much work, like you, myself, Trenton, and we're not really blown up, or we haven't blown up or anything like that. But you got creators that have recently, in the last 2 years, made the transition to shorts on YouTube and have skyrocketed to like 500,000, 1 million subscribers. So I think YouTube, via shorts, is trying to improve the discoverability for smaller creators. So I think they are working on that. Now, it's definitely a work in progress because the other thing that we have to remember is that anytime YouTube makes a major change to the algorithm, the change happens over a course of years. See, I think a lot of people expect things to happen quickly, but with a platform the scale of YouTube, it is just impossible because if they try to change stuff too quickly, they're going to end up breaking something. So in order for them not to break something, they have to do the changes gradually over an extended period of time before the changes are felt by everybody. And the perfect example of this is live streaming. 3 years ago, I had to make a separate channel to what we're on now for live streaming because I discovered that live streams killed my analytics on my old channel. It took 3 years, actually, it took 4 years, I think, for YouTube to fix that. Now I can feel comfortable recommending you guys do live streams on the same channel that you do normal videos on because they play together better with analytics. But that was not the case 4 years ago, which is why this channel exists, because they didn't play well together. So that was a gradual change in the YouTube algorithm that needed to be fixed, that they fixed over the course of 3 to 4 years. But it did not happen overnight. But go ahead. What's up, Ben?
I do agree, bro. I do agree. The live stream one really hits because this is something me and T bounce off a lot. Live streams as of recently have been equally as discoverable as my normal videos. And remember in the past, you used to live stream, you used to lose subscribers as well. That was another annoyance that was a very plagued thing. So I do agree. I'm saying that I've not lost hope in YouTube. This is not a case of I've lost hope in YouTube. I genuinely, as my natural personality trait is, I'm a very chatty person and I like to elaborate, right? I've got a long attention span and I like to really go as in depth as possible, from doing 4-hour live streams, doing full hands-on reviews to, 20-minute camera comparisons to 10 to 15-minute reviews. That's just me. And YouTube suits me so much. That's where the side of it of feeling some way where why is that being forgotten just for the top end. And it makes sense as a global business that's under Google and under Alphabet, right? It makes sense. But I'm glad what you're saying is encouraging where it seems like they're going back to the roots. Because if not, let me just say this, from discoverability wise, TikTok are smashing it. But you have to remember that fine is for shorts. But they're slowly working backwards and incorporating long form. And I find myself stuck on there watching more long form vertical content that I didn't subconsciously realize. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when the needle dropped that if we're not careful, that critique that we're giving them for their creative fun being so cheeks and dead ass, all of a sudden it's gonna spin, and then we're gonna be stuck there where already there's stats coming out about TikTok being used more as a search engine than Google now. That's insane to me, bro. When I heard that, I thought, nah, there's no way. But then this to me is where it's a wake up call for YouTube. And I'm just saying to conclude it up so other people get their chance. I don't want them to be taking this throw money at the solution, at the problem approach. Rather, go back to the grassroots, right? Go back to the grassroots and find a creative way to let us know that discoverability is back in our favor from the grassroots and the homegrown people. And not just us seeing the overly commercialized people that we were trying to avoid on cable and commercial TV coming to this platform that we, as the homegrowners, were looking as a way to bypass the traditional media. But yet traditional media is getting more focused than we are. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that, bro.
Yeah, before I go to Tony, I like I said, I agree with you. I think they've gotten a lot better though over the past 2 years as far as redirecting their focus to more homegrown creators. The announcement that they made on Tuesday definitely favor homegrown creators, and even people that are not on YouTube currently. They're trying to draw creators from other platforms like a Facebook or an Instagram or TikTok. They're trying to draw those creators to YouTube as well because they are willing to pay creators more money and have creators being paid more favorably. Even last year, we heard these headlines about how YouTube was paying these Twitch creators big bucks to lure them from Twitch to YouTube. So YouTube, like I said earlier, they are literally trying to do everything in their power to become the one-stop shop for creators, whether that be introducing new features like the short partner program and creator music, or paying creators what they're worth to have them produce content exclusively on YouTube. They are definitely getting back to the homegrown creator. Now, it might take some time. I mean, obviously, you're still going to see some marketing for the A-list celebrity because that's what it is. They're A-list celebrity. But I think YouTube is definitely turning their focus back to the homegrown creators, and it's nothing but good news because, like I said earlier, I think the creator music announcement is actually a bigger deal than the short partner program stuff. But I want to get a chance to get Tony in here. What's up, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys? Seems this is quite a conversation. I personally am really excited. Like when they made those announcements on Tuesday, obviously, Viper, you were there. There was a lot of bigger people, bigger creators or whoever were there. And like when I was following along these tweets and seeing like what was announced, like I honestly like really excited when it was announced because I remember even thinking in my mind, like, right now, the perfect time for anyone to really just start a YouTube channel. Like, I mean, yeah, it's intimidating. Like, I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I just remember how nervous I was, how scared I was. But honestly, like, I couldn't think of a better thing for someone to do right now, especially like with these big announcements they made to start a YouTube channel. I've said this in Coffee Talk. I've said this in several different clubhouse rooms that like more small businesses would benefit from having a YouTube channel than they realize. But a lot of them, they don't want to take the time, or they feel like YouTube is kind of dead in the water. There's so many different ideas. Sorry, the dog is sneezing in the background. But goodness, dog. So I really just think that this is just the beginning of like something bigger with YouTube. Like I'm really excited for like what the future holds when it comes to YouTube.
Definitely, man. And yeah, like you said, this is just beginning. Before I get to cast, I just want to acknowledge some of the chatting going on here on YouTube. LeBaron says that I think the most successful creators learn how to leverage platforms to build a larger audience. Look at the Country Wayne, Big Jaw, and other creators. They're on every platform. And yeah, any YouTube educator will always tell you that you definitely want to be present on multiple platforms, but That's a little bit harder when you are starting out as a new creator. I would definitely not recommend new creators trying to be on every platform, because then you're spreading yourself too thin. But as you grow an audience and you start to build a business, you definitely want to be present on multiple platforms to, if anything, to sustain that income. Because if one of those platforms go dry, you don't want your entire income to go dry if that platform, something happens to it. So as a creator that is trying to build a business on these platforms, you better be diversifying your income for sure and being on different platforms. Absolutely. All right. Majida says, TikTok is fun, but it's different from YouTube content creator wise. I feel like YouTube is the better all around platform. The community is strong. Vanessa L mentioned some valid points on this. Yeah, it goes back what I was talking with Benjamin about a few minutes ago. You can blow up on TikTok. You can get 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million followers on TikTok. It is not the same as achieving those numbers on YouTube. It's just not. With YouTube, the structure of the content makes it to where you can build a more strong, more everlasting bond with a community on YouTube, because the content gives the viewer a better chance to get to know you as a creator. You don't have that on TikTok. Now, you can do some of that on TikTok by going live, but just by TikTok by themselves being a minute or less videos, it's really hard to build a bond with a viewer in less than a minute. But on YouTube, you got short form, long form, live streams. You have so many ways to build a bond with your audience on YouTube that they just cannot be ignored. And that makes YouTube the superior platform. And I didn't even mention that YouTube pays better and have more ways to get people paid on YouTube. I think right now they're up to like 12 different ways that creators can monetize their channel on YouTube, considering if you're in the partner program or not. And I've told you all before that you don't have to be a monetized channel on YouTube to make money. There's ways to make money with your channel without being in the partner program. Hell, affiliate marketing, merchandise, things like Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. There are so many ways that you can make money without relying on YouTube AdSense. So if you're trying to build a business out of this, you have to be willing and able to explore all possible revenue streams while you're doing this if you want to build a sustainable business. But Cass, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Hey, Viper. Hey, everybody. I had a quick question because I was listening to you and Benjamin talk, and he mentioned about the whole discoverability, and I consider myself just a regular content creator. I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I've never went viral, as in like had any video get over 100K on any platform. But as far as discoverability and rewarding of, new content and new creators, whenever I've been consistent, even though YouTube gives a majority of the attention to the big creators, as long as I've been consistent on YouTube, I have seen results. I have tried the 30-day challenge on Instagram doing reels. I have tried it with TikTok. I have tried it on other platforms, and I did not gain that discoverability as quickly on those platforms as I did with YouTube. So I'm curious as to what did he mean by when he was talking about the discoverability where YouTube isn't there or that it's hard? Because for me as a regular content creator, I'm not experiencing this. So I feel like, what am I missing?
Yeah, I think it's going to be different for every individual. What he was talking about was that creators that put out a lot of content and work hard, sometimes your hard work is you don't blow up or you don't gain a following quickly on YouTube. But I do agree with you, Cass. If you are consistent, you can build some type of following. You might not go viral or you might not blow up. But if you are consistently posting content on YouTube, you will build an audience. Technically, T's in the face tonight, he can tell you that when he started to put his head down and grind, his channel started growing. So there's definitely an aspect to being consistent on the platform and growing a following. But are you going to blow up or go viral overnight on YouTube? No. Unless you're a rare air like the Van girl. But that normally does not happen, and that is definitely an outlier. But yeah, I definitely believe in hard work and being consistent. I mean, I never blew up, but I still amassed over 6,000 subscribers on the main channel before I started over. Even with an algorithmic anomaly holding me back, I still amassed 6,000 subscribers on YouTube with the algorithmic anomaly. So you can build an audience if you consistently put out content. I mean, that's just the thing. That is true enough. Actually, I should say if you put out good content, because you can't put out trash. Speaking of technically T, he says, this might sound harsh, but I feel anyone can blow up on TikTok. Everyone can't make it on YouTube. I don't even know if I would agree with anybody could blow up on TikTok. I mean, I will say it's more likely that you could blow up on TikTok, but I won't go so far as say anybody can blow up on TikTok. I don't know about that, man. I made a few TikToks back in the day, and I didn't blow up like that, but maybe I just suck at making content. But, I don't know. Regardless of whatever platform that you're on, you got to be willing to put in the work. And I find myself saying this over and over and over again. You got to be willing to put in the work, put your head down, be willing to consistently get better as a creator each and every time. Be better than your last video. As long as you're better than your last video, I think you will succeed on YouTube or whatever platform that you're on. So, I don't know if you have any follow up to that, Cap, but that's my opinion on the matter.
Nah, thank you for that. Cause yeah, I did Instagram where I was posting 3 times a day. Like people was recommending 30 days, nothing. Like I gained people, but then it dropped so quickly. Like, and that's why I was curious when he was stating it, because I was like, on all the platforms, YouTube has been the most consistent. And then once it hits the medium for your algorithm, like let's say one of your videos blew up and then it finally hits that, your average viewership, I can count on YouTube. If I drop a video, I'm gonna get this amount of views, this amount of people, this amount of comments. Whereas, with the other platforms, if I disappear and I come back, or I don't consistently drop with Instagram, it's like every hour or two, if I'm not posting, I'm not gonna get the same type of love that I see on other platforms, especially on YouTube. So I was like, what do you mean? Like, yes, I know I don't get a lot of views like, Mr. Beast, but if I'm consistent and without going viral, I've seen growth and I consider myself a successful YouTuber, so I was just like curious about that. But thank you for breaking it down like that.
Yeah, I think it's just up to your individual experience. Like we are all going to have, everybody watching this live stream or listening to this Twitter space, we are all going to have very different experiences in terms of our YouTube journey. That's just the way it is. None of us are doing our channels the same way. So because none of us are doing our channels the same way, we all are going to have vastly different outcomes depending on how we do content on the platform. But the one thing, as I alluded to earlier, that will not change and will stay true is that if you are consistent, you will grow in some way, shape, or form. You might grow slow, you might grow fast, you might grow steady. But if you consistently put out content on YouTube, you will grow. That much I can tell you is the truth. But as it relates to these new requirements, though, I think I've heard and seen a lot of creators complaining about how it's too much. They can't do it, and YouTube is not doing them any favors. You're right. They're not doing you any favors. But while you're complaining about how you can't do it, your creator next to you, your friend is going to go over there and get it done. They're going to hit the 10 million in 90 days, and they're going to get monetized because they put their head down and put in the work. I'm not saying that everybody will be able to do that, because I think it's going to be a lot harder for newer creators to hit that milestone, especially first starting out. But if you're an established creator, and if you've been, and I feel like you've been creating shorts for a while, I think you have a good idea of how to go about hitting 10 million views in 90 days, especially given the fact that YouTube is pushing shorts so heavily. It's almost to the point where I'm annoyed, because when I open up the YouTube mobile app, I'm immediately greeted by a short. I'm sorry. I know we're pushing shorts heavily, but I don't come to YouTube to watch short form content. I don't want to be greeted by short form content when I open up the app. But yet that's what's happening, because they're pushing short so hard, and ain't nothing I'm going to say going to change it. They're going to keep doing their thing. But I don't really like the fact that when I open up YouTube these days, I'm punched in the face with a YouTube short. I want to go to my long form content. But they are so all in on shorts that they are pushing them hard. That's why I feel like creators are worrying about the 10 million views. But number one, shorts are easier and faster to make because they're a minute or less videos, which means you can upload, 4, 5, 6 shorts a day if you want to do that. I'm not saying you have to, because we all have different things going on in our lives, and we might not be able to put out that amount of content per day. But if you're serious about hitting the goal, there is an avenue to go get it. You just have to be willing to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and go get it. Complaining is not going to change the requirements. Complaining is not going to get you to the threshold any quicker. It's going to slow you down. So instead of complaining about it, formulate a plan to go and make it happen. It's not happening immediately. The program doesn't even go into effect until 2023. So if you are considering trying to do it via shorts, you got 3 months to game plan on about how you can do it, how you can go about doing that. Now, I hosted a Twitter space, I think it was yesterday, for vidIQ, when I discussed the same thing, and a lot of creators were asking about should they do shorts or should they experiment with shorts and all that stuff. And I'm like, listen, if you got questions about how shorts will perform on your channel, the only answer that I have for you is to experiment. you have to be willing to do those experiments and put those shorts out there to see how your audience will respond. What type of short are they going to respond to? Or will they respond to shorts at all? How long do your shorts need to be? And spoiler alert, I would keep your shorts to 15 seconds, between 15 and 30 seconds. Any short longer than 30 seconds, you're really pushing the envelope there. But if you can keep your short between 15 and 30 seconds, I think you're in the sweet spot. But again, you got to go out there, you got to experiment, you got to make it happen. Let me read Technically T comment real quick before I get back to Cass. If I get back to Cass. T says, I also feel the short form culture is giving the wrong impression for a creator. Someone will start TikTok and not see the turnover they're expecting because they aren't growing like a lot of people. Yeah, I think that could be true of any creator for any form of content, though. I mean, again, the other problem, alluding to T's point, is that so many creators see the Mr. Beast, the Casey Neistat, the Marquez Brownlees, and they feel like they can come on the platform and instantly achieve that level of success. And I know most of y'all watching and listening to me tonight, and we all know that is just not the case. But the new creators, they have these pipe dreams when they come on the platform. They feel like they're going to come on here and have instant success, and maybe some of them will, but most of them won't. And when that reality hits, they can't take that reality, and then that's when they quit or they just give up and or do something else, and they don't put the time and grind into it like they should. But Cass, what's up? I thought you had your hand raised.
Oh, I was clapping and stuff like that, but even what you said about shorts, because I made a tweet earlier about that, and I was like, realistically, without going viral, because I started doing shorts about 5 months ago, and within 90 days, it grew within 453% once I started being consistent with it. None of them have went viral yet, but like you said, I'm able to see in the next 90 days. I've been doing one video every 3 days. So, and I've seen that type of growth, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if I go up to 2 videos every 3 days, or better yet, 1 video a day, I'll probably see 600% growth in the next 90 days. And if I keep that up and I keep increasing, yeah, it may not happen the first initial 90 days, but like you said, I have a pattern, I have a game plan, and by the time 2023 come, I should have, 10 million views coming in within 90 days of my shorts if I do everything accordingly. But I just wanted to, I was clapping for that.
Yeah, I feel like if you game plan, if you're already doing shorts and you are gradually building your following and your audience, you can definitely game plan to hit that 10 million. And a lot of people will. Shout out to Princess AG for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Princess. Thank you very much. Like I said, man, listen, I'm just trying to tell you guys what I've seen and what's going to happen because I've been around for 5 years. A lot of people tell me short because I don't have the major subscriber numbers and things like that, but y'all know how I do. You know what I've done in this space for the last 5 years. So I'm coming from 5 years of experience trying to do this stuff. So all I'm trying to do is impart my 5 years of wisdom to you all and let you all know what works, what I've seen, what works, what hasn't worked, and things like that from what I've seen and what my friends have done on the platform for the past 5 years. But what I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt is that what you think you can't do, somebody else will go do. So instead of complaining about you not being able to do it, figure out a way to make it happen because somebody's going to do it. If you don't feel like you can do it, somebody else is going to go do it. It just is what it is. Let's see. T said, people get so hyped at the short form content strategy because they can't figure out the long form. I feel it can also lead to fast disappointment. Yeah. I think especially in the early days of YouTube Shorts, a lot of creators felt like they could blow up because a lot of creators were going viral on shorts. But even though it was still early days, some creators tried to do shorts, myself included, and we were not seeing that success. You really got to have a game plan, and I feel like you have to be really intentional with your shorts because shorts, with YouTube Shorts, you have to be able to grab and keep a viewer's attention so quickly. I would argue you got about 5 seconds into your short to grab that viewer's attention and then keep it throughout the duration of the short. And if you can't do that, if you don't know how to do that, then it's going to be hard for you to grow via shorts because you got to figure out how to keep their attention, man. You got to figure it out. T says, this stuff is hard damn work, but I feel a lot of people don't want to put that level of work in anymore. They don't. Especially in this day and age, I feel like a lot of people, especially newer creators, they want that instant gratification. And I'm sorry, if you want that instant gratification, YouTube is not the platform for you, okay? I'm just going to be real, okay? Again, I've been on the platform 5 years. I have never hit 10,000 subscribers, okay? So I can tell you from firsthand, and I put out a lot of content. On the main channel before I stopped, I put out over 500 videos and got to 6,000 subscribers in 5 years, okay? So I can tell you from personal experience that you got to be willing to put in the work to even get a modicum of success on YouTube. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not going to make it very far, and you're going to quit and burn out very quickly, because YouTube is not an instant gratification game. It is literally a marathon, not a sprint. I know you hear that from a lot of YouTube educators, but trust me, from a person that's been doing it for 5 years, I have seen it, I have lived it. It is a literal marathon. It is not a sprint. The other thing is that success means something different for every person that's listening or watching me tonight. What I find to be success might not be what you find to be success. Again, I don't have the biggest numbers on YouTube. I just don't. But I've been very successful in my 5 years on the platform by different opportunities that have been presented to me and different ways I've been able to make money on the platform over 5 years. I've been very successful. Now, you might look at my numbers and be like, what do you mean, Viper? You got 1,000 subscribers. You're not successful. You got to do your research before you talk about that. But all I'm going to say is I've been successful in my 5 years as a content creator, okay? It might not be what you deem as success, but as far as me living comfortably and being able to do things that I've never been able to do before and make money I've never been able to make before, I have been very successful in 5 years on YouTube. So what I feel like is success might not be what you feel like is success, but whatever you define as success, you can come on the platform and get it if you're willing to put in the work. And I sound like a broken record, but again, as a person who's lived it for 5 years, I'm speaking from experience. If you are willing to put in the work, you too can reach a level of success on YouTube if you're willing to make the sacrifices, because sacrifices will need to be made, okay? It was funny because before I became a creator, I saw a tweet from iJustine about how she fell behind watching her favorite CW shows like Arrow and Flash and all that stuff. She fell behind watching those shows. And I always wonder, like, how could you fall behind watching those shows or whatever? And then I became a content creator and it smacked me dead in the face, okay? I realized quickly how you could fall behind on doing things like watching your favorite TV shows, because I was spending so much time trying to build my channel that I did not have time to keep up with my favorite TV shows. And those are the type of sacrifices that you have to be willing to make as a creator if you want to grow on these platforms. You have to be willing to not go out on those weekends. You have to be willing to miss your favorite shows. But those are just some of the sacrifices that you have to make to become a top tier creator if that's what you want to do. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you can go about it whatever you want. You could go about it however you want to go about it. But if you want to achieve high levels like Mr. Beast or Marquez or Hazy, or even if you want a tenth of that success, you will have to be willing to make sacrifices, okay? You're going to have to be willing to alienate some of your friends and family because you need to spend nights in the lab getting better as a creator. That is just the reality. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it is the way, okay? We all don't have the bandwidth that other people do. Like, there are creators out there that have full-time jobs, wives, kids, and everything, and they can't do that, and that's fine. But then you have other people that don't have any of that, and they have more time on their hands to dedicate to this, and that's fine too. But again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. What success is to me might not be what success is to you, and that's okay. You have to figure out what's happening in your life. You have to figure out what success means to you as it relates to being a content creator, and then you got to figure out a game plan to go out and get that success. But crying about the changes to the monetization requirements, or talk about how 10 million views is too much and YouTube is not doing anything for me. YouTube doesn't owe you anything. The world does not owe you anything. They put their path before you. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to stand there and complain that the path is too hard when the path has clearly been walked before and will be walked again? Or are you going to game plan and do what you got to do to walk that path with everybody else and do what you need to do to reach those requirements, because you can do it. I just feel like you can do it. You just got to be willing to put in the work. But again, we are live on Twitter Spaces. We're live on YouTube. If you want to come up on the live stream and join me, I'll get past you the link. If you got questions, comments about the changes that were made this week. Again, I was actually at the event in LA, so I got a chance to talk to some of the YouTube execs and meet them and talk about some stuff that was happening. So if you got questions, I got some answers. I don't have a lot. I see my man Todd is in the space. Todd, I appreciate you being here, man. I don't know if you can come up and chit chat with him, but if you can, feel free to request. Todd, he works at YouTube, so I don't know if he's willing to come up, and he can do that if he wants. But I appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, if you guys want to come talk to me via live stream, or I made it easy for you, there's a Twitter Spaces called YouTube Creator Summit out there. Just request to be brought on stage, and I will bring you up here to answer your questions as best I can, and we'll make it happen, man. We will make it happen. But I appreciate y'all being here on Twitter. I appreciate y'all being here on the YouTube live stream, so thank you. Cass, what's up? I see you got your hand up again.
Yes, I have another question.
Sure, what's up?
My question is, I've noticed on YouTube Shorts, as I get a lot of views, which is great and amazing, I'm not getting as much return views. So in the past 90 days, I gained 128,000 views. Yay. But out of that, only 1.8 thousand was returning view. So I'm like, is it because it's such short content, like it's under 60 seconds, so it's not an opportunity for them to really connect with me? They're just watching and they keep it going. Or is it something else? And if it is because of that, how do I build that type of rapport with them?
That is hard for me to say, but what I will tell you is that some of that has to do with YouTube heavily pushing short. So that short that didn't get that many returning views will probably push to a lot more people than what your content might be normally pushed out to. So because it was pushed out to more people, you're going to have less returning viewers because there are so many more new viewers that are watching that particular video. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but...
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does make sense.
That's why sometimes when you're in your analytics and you're looking at how many people watch, the percentage of watch who are subscribed as opposed to not subscribed, sometimes you will see that a lot more that are not subscribed are watching your content as opposed to subscribe, because YouTube is pushing your content out to more and more people. And as they do that, you're going to have less and less amount of people who are subscribed watching the video because your content is being pushed out to new people. You like that. You want your analytics to say less subscribers are watching, because that means your content is going out to newer and newer audiences. We like that. That's not a bad thing. It's good. That's very good. But again, I appreciate you all being here. If you want to come up and ask questions in the Twitter space, feel free to raise your hand. I appreciate y'all being here. Or if you want to come on the live stream and join me tonight, just let me know in the chat and I will grab you a link and throw it to you on Twitter or something like that. We can make it happen. I wanted to have this space for us to get together as creators and talk, because I know there's a lot of things that happened this week, and there's a lot of discussion happening, but I don't see a lot of spaces where creators are actually having a chance to ask questions and talk to each other about it. So that's why I want to hold this space tonight, to actually have creators give you all a chance to ask questions. Since I was fortunate enough to be there, I can answer some of those in some capacity, but I just want to give us a chance to talk about what's going on, because there's some big stuff going on. And I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. The short part of the program stuff is major, but I think the bigger announcement that happened on Tuesday was the Creator Music Program, because that affects all of us, not just short creators, okay? How many times, even people that are watching or listening to me tonight, how many times have you gotten in a little trouble because you used a song that you thought you could use, but for whatever reason, you got copyright claim and your revenue got taken by the artist because you were not allowed to use that track? Well, the Creator Music Library kills that. Well, it doesn't kill it, but it gets rid of that, because now you have a chance to license music from YouTube themselves. You can either license the song or you can share the revenue with an artist. I think this is game changing. This is major, because there are so many creators that use music in their videos, and now they have a legal way to do it from YouTube themselves. And the other cool thing about this, and I might be wrong about this, if I am talking, correct me in a message or something, but if something happens where you do use a song from the Creator Music Library and the artist tries to come back later and take away your rights to use the song, then the artist has to go through YouTube. And I don't think any artist on planet Earth wants to mess with YouTube, okay? So there have been times in the past when I've heard these stories where a creator, they'll have permission initially to use a song in a video, but then maybe a year or two down the road, the artist or the label will come back and revoke those permissions. So that video will end up getting copyright claimed like 2 years later because their permission got revoked. I don't think that's going to be a problem with Creator Music, because, again, I think YouTube is going to have agreements in place that once that song goes into the Creator Music Library, it's there. You can't just revoke it. I mean, you might be able to revoke it down the line, but I don't think creators are going to be able to get in trouble because the artist revoked permission if they put it in Creator Music initially. Because, again, if they don't want to mess with YouTube, okay, they do not want to mess with YouTube with that stuff. They do not want to mess with YouTube and the Creator Music Library and having to go up against YouTube in court. I don't care who the artist is. Ain't no artist messing with YouTube in court, okay? It's not happening. So I think we will be a lot safer using music from the Creator Music catalog, just because you will have the protection of YouTube if the artist gets fickle down the road and want to take that song out of that library, I think you'll be more protected if that were to happen in the future with the creative music platform. So I could be wrong, but I think that's going to be a thing because right now we do not have that protection. So you got to be careful where you're getting your music from, for sure. Jonathan, Jonathan, I don't currently use music in my videos, but if I did, I would definitely be using some Taylor Swift. You already I would figure out a way to use Taylor Swift. Hell yes, you better believe it, my dude. I would figure it out. I don't think her music has any fit in tech content, but I will make it work. Viper will make that work. Oh my goodness. Kat says she loves the creative music concept. I love it too, because again, it just allows for a much easier time of accessing music for creators. I mean, music is such a big part of content creation. And now that the fact that YouTube is bringing what's the word I'm looking for? They're bringing a native way to do it on the platform. I feel like it's major. It is so major. And it's going to help so many people find music safely to use in their videos. And it's going to be a great thing. And I can't wait. I think it goes live next year. I think it's in beta right now, but it's probably going to go live next year. But man, when it goes live, I think that could be major for creators being able to use music much more easily now than we were in the past. Right now, you got to go through platforms like Epidemic Sound and MusicBed and things like that. And those platforms are fine, but it's going to be much easier just doing it via YouTube. But we got Roof up here. Hi, Roof. How you doing tonight? Okay, if you're talking, I need you to unmute. Are we having a Twitter space kerfuffle? Oh, there she is.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi.
Hi. It's actually 2 a.m. from here, but I just have to speak, okay? I love what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. This is a very good time for us to communicate as creators. I just needed to mention something about shorts and analytics because of what Cast asked earlier.
Okay.
When it comes to creating shorts and how you get returning viewers from creating shorts, you have to keep an eye on your analytics. I personally experimented with shorts in August, and what I found out was that it actually impacted my channel negatively. Although for some people it doesn't happen like that. When you pay close attention to your analytics, you will notice that most people coming from shorts are not returning back to your channel. Okay, so when you're not able to build that kind of warmth from those people that are coming, it may just be the wrong audience. So if you keep doing that, you'll keep getting exposed to newer audiences that are not interested in your content, and that may damage your reach. That may damage your returning viewer chart. I have a friend that got a lot of views from shorts. In fact, she got about 75,000 new subscribers from shorts. Unfortunately, those new subscribers do not watch her content. When she puts out new shorts or new videos, it gets 100 views or even 90 views. So that just shows that the people that saw the shorts are a wrong fit for the channel. So as you're creating shorts, you have to keep an eye on your analytics. If you discover that the people that are coming to watch your shorts are not returning to watch other content, or they're not returning back to your channel in whatever percentage you want to rate it, it's time to actually, gauge how you do it. That's why you see some bigger channels manage shorts differently. Most people decide to create shorts on a different channel. Other people try to reduce how they produce it, depending on how your viewers, the new viewers are responding to your content. If not, you're just going to damage your channel. That's just what I wanted to share.
I appreciate you sharing that insight, and I think you were coming with it towards the end of that, and it really is going to depend on the individual creator and how they handle their channel. Shorts are not going to work for everybody. They're just not. It has to make sense for your audience. And I heard you talking about how you were doing shorts, but you were not growing. You were not getting subscribers while you were doing shorts. And not just me, because whatever reason, the content that you're doing might not fit into a short form format. Or the other thing about shorts, they're so volatile and they're so fast that it's hard for creators to build that bond in a minute or less. So that's why creators are doing long form, they're doing live streams, and they're doing different things. Or there are some creators out there like Colin and Samir who are using shorts as a way to steer creator or steer viewers to their long form content. So that's why I said earlier, you have to be very intentional about how you do your YouTube shorts. If you want to grow your channel using shorts, if you're trying to integrate those with long form content, you really need to be intentional about what the purpose of that short is. How does that short help you build your audience? Does it relate to any long form content that you do on the channel? Because as YouTube announced a few weeks ago, they have built that bridge now where when people watch your shorts, they'll be recommended your long form content. So that's why I keep saying you have to be intentional about how you do shorts. It might not make sense for everybody to do shorts. And that goes back to what I was saying about half an hour ago. If you're a long form creator and you've never done shorts and you're seeing all the short news and you want to try to dip your toe in the water, you can do that, but it might not make sense for your channel and your audience. So you have to really test that out. And if you're like Ruth here and you're testing it out and you're not getting the results, it might be time to go back to what you were doing before, or it might be time to just make a separate channel for shorts. But whatever we do as creators, we have to keep in mind that what we do has to benefit the audience. We have to understand what the audience wants and needs first and foremost, no matter what type of content that we do, because the audience comes first. If you don't respect their time, if you don't respect the fact that they're watching your content, you will lose them. So you have to make decisions about your content that make sense for your audience. And if short form content does not make sense for your audience, do not do them. But if you can fit them into your content strategy in a way that it makes sense, then by all means, go ahead and experiment and do what you got to do. But really, you have to know what your audience wants and needs before you make a decision about whether or not to dive into this. But hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Okay, I see you raise your hand. What you got for me, Ruth?
Okay, and again, because your current audience do not get notified when you create shorts, it's not really about the subscribers that you currently have. Shorts can really help you get exposed to newer audience.
Yes.
But it becomes unfortunate if the newer audiences are now the wrong fit. So you may create a short that is related to your kind of content, okay, or that falls in your content buckets. But if the new audiences that are coming in are a wrong fit, it will still not work. But I get your point. I just needed to chip that in. Thank you.
Yeah. So the other thing about shorts is that, like you were alluding to, short audiences are very different from long form audiences. So you're talking about two completely different sets of people. But there are still ways that you can bridge that gap if the content is relevant to each other. Like if your short form video might be a teaser for a long form video, or if your short form video kind of relates or bridges into your long form content, then it makes sense and you might be able to better retain that audience. But if you're just doing stuff out of the blue and it doesn't make sense to the other content that you're doing on the channel, then you are going to have trouble with that. But again, this is all about experimentation. I said it a day ago or so on the space I did with vidIQ, but you have to be willing to experiment as a creator to find out what works best for the channel and your audience. Because again, it's all about what your audience wants and needs from you. If you're not willing to experiment, then you're not going to get the data that you need to make the decisions that you need to move forward with the changes that YouTube have made and are making. But you got to be willing to experiment. We're not going to have all the answers right away. But again, by going out there and doing the experiments and getting that data that you need, once you have that data, then you can figure out how shorts affect your channel, if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, can you stick with them? Do you need to put them on another channel? Can they exist on your current channel and with the long form content? But it all comes down to experimentation and figuring out what the data tells you. But I appreciate the question, Ruth, so thank you. And again, for those of y'all watching on YouTube, we are live on YouTube and Twitter Spaces tonight. I want to do this live stream as a way for us to get together and talk about the news and announcements from Tuesday by YouTube. For those of y'all who tuned in late and somehow don't know what happened, let me recap. So on Tuesday at a press event in LA, which was I was fortunate enough to be invited out and flown out to, and I was there, YouTube announced a new way to get into their partner program via Short. Right now, if you're a short creator on YouTube, the only way that you get paid is through the Short Fund, which, depending on how many views you get, might not be worth all that to talk about. But on Tuesday, YouTube announced a new way for short creators to get into their partner program. So if you're a short creator and you want to get into the YouTube Partner Program starting next year, because it goes into effect next year, you will have to amass 1,000 subscribers. But as a short creator, instead of amassing 4,000 hours of watch time, you will need to amass 10 million views in 90 days. So 10 million views in 3 months. And again, I saw a lot of people on the Twitter moaning and complaining about how that's a high number and you can't do it, this, that, and the other. Listen, number one, it doesn't go into effect until next year. So you have time to game plan. And number two, as I keep saying throughout this live stream and in Twitter space, while you're complaining, somebody else, your friend, is going to go out there and make it happen. It's going to happen. There will be a bunch of creators next year who will get that 10 million views in 3 months, and they will get into the partner program via shorts. So if they can do it, why not you? It's all about understanding what you got to do. Again, you got time to game plan. So if you're not getting, we got 3 million? I think it comes out to be 3 million views a month. So if you're not getting 3 million views a month via your short currently, then you got work to do. It's not going to happen immediately, or it might not happen immediately, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that you got to put in more work to get it done, but you can go out there and do it. The other announcement that was made, as I talked about earlier, was Creator Music. Instead of going out to a third-party service like Epidemic Sound or MusicBed or Artlist now, YouTube is building an in-platform way for you to license music, and they're calling it Creator Music. With Creator Music, you will have 2 ways to use music in your video. Number one, you can buy the license for a particular song, and then you can use that song in your video without fear of copyright claim or the artist taking the money from that video. Once you buy that license, you can use that track in that video and not be in trouble or anything like that. Number two, depending on how much the license costs, if it costs too much, but you still want to use the song, you have the option to use that song, but you will have to pay a cut of the revenue to the artist. So 2 ways. You can either buy the license outright, or you can split the revenue with the artist if you want to use that song and not pay the licensing fee. But this is major. How many of you and your friends know that you use music in your videos, but you either take a risk with free music that might not be so free or down the line, or you're dealing with shady people that tell you that you can use their music, but then they come back and they hit you with a copyright claim anyway, or you're paying for services like Epidemic Sound or MusicBed. Now you will have an in-platform way via YouTube to license music legally and not have fear of copyright claim or getting your money taken by the artist outright. So I feel like the Creator Music announcement was bigger than the short partner program announcement because it affects a lot more creators. So again, I made this space tonight for you all to get together and ask me questions about it. We can talk about it. Make sure you have an understanding or a basic understanding of what's happening and why it's happening. So if you have questions, you can put them in the YouTube chat, or if you're here in the Twitter Spaces, you can come up here and ask me verbally, and we can make it happen. But I just wanted to have a chance for us to get together and talk about it because there's a lot of people talking about it, but it's not too many creators talking about it. So I wanted to have a space for creators to talk about what's going on with YouTube. So if you have questions, let me know. If not, that's cool too. There's a lot of information out there for you guys to read up on to figure out how exactly you're going to attack these changes going forward. But this space is just to ask questions about what's happening and help you get a better understanding of what's going on with the changes to the short partner program or the monetization program as it relates to shorts and the Creator Music platform that YouTube is bringing out here. So that's what we're doing tonight. Let's see. Jonathan says, Viper, I think somebody asked you on Twitter, why do they see you out there when you only have, you talking about the guy who was questioning why I got flown out to LA when I only have 1,000 subscribers because he didn't do his homework. That's, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't make accusations. You can't watch, not an accusation, but you can't make comments like that if you don't do your homework. Okay. Again, I'm not the biggest creator in the world, numbers-wise, but I've been around YouTube for 5 years, and I've done a lot in my 5 years on the platform and off the platform. That has afforded me opportunities that most creators my side probably don't get afforded, but I put in the work. Between 3 channels that I have on YouTube, I have amassed over 1,100 videos. So I ain't trying to hear none of it. Okay, I'm not hearing it. Okay, I'm just not listening. I'm not entertaining it. But it just goes to prove my point that you don't have to have massive numbers to have success on the platform. So if anything, people should take me as an example of what can happen when you don't have the biggest following in the world. Okay, because you all know I don't have the biggest following in the world. But you see me everywhere. And there's a reason for that because I put in the work. But this is not about me. But I'm just saying, put it out there. You don't have to have the world's greatest following to have success on the platform, okay? Like I said earlier, success is defined differently for all of us. So you have to figure out what success looks like to you. And then whatever you determine it looks like to you, you got to do what you got to do to go out there and achieve it. But big following, little following, we all can have success depending on how you define it, if you're willing to put in the work. And that's just the reality of the situation. But I think we got some people in the space. Again, if you guys got questions or you got comments in the YouTube live stream, drop them in the chat. We got Sonny Dixon out there. What's up, Sonny? How you doing, man? There's something going on, Sonny. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know why people are jealous of me, bro, but I guess. I don't know, but it's crazy. But appreciate you being in the space, man. Thank you. Doug Houston out there. What's up, Doug? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you being here, man. What's going on with you? Angie's in the building. Hey, Angie. How you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, I'm just... Again, the 10 million views, it is a lot. It's not going to be easy, but is it unattainable? I feel like it's attainable. And it's definitely going to be done. Again, that's the thing. YouTube just don't come up with numbers out of the wind. They have data and they formulated data that drives them to make the decisions that they make. And whatever data that they have, it led them to the determination that 10 million views is obtainable. And so they put that in motion, and a lot of creators are going to go out there and make it happen. And my question is, why can't that be any of you? You all can go out there and make it happen because it's going to happen. So why not you? That's literally my question to you. Why not you? If you're a short creator, why not you? No point in you watching your friends and colleagues go out there and do it and complain that you can't. They're doing it. You can do it too. But anybody got any other questions or comments about this? If not, I'm going to let y'all go. I don't see any hands in the space. I don't see any questions in the chat, but I do appreciate you all being here tonight. Again, I just wanted to have a space for us to get together and talk about this stuff because, again, there's a lot of people talking about it, but they're not creators. I'm like, yo, and they're not really inviting creators on to talk about it. I'm like, come on, man. How you going to have the conversation about creator life and not have creators in the conversation, yo? Come on now. No, so we're creators out here, so I'm trying to get our feedback. So that's what I had the space for tonight in the live stream, so that's what I want to do. But I don't see any hands. I don't see any questions. So thank you guys for being here. Remember, there will be no Friday Night Vibe next week because I'll be in LA at VidSummit. If you are in LA next week at VidSummit, come find me. I will not be hard to find. I will be one of the MCs. So just follow the loud dude. You will find me. I'll be the loud dude on the mic, introducing somebody on stage. That's what I'll be doing in LA next week. So if you're at VidSummit, come find me. I'm not mean or anything. Just approach me, say hello. I'll say hello. We can take a picture. We can chat. We can do all the things. So come find me next week in LA at VidSummit. I appreciate you all being here in the space on Twitter. I appreciate you all being here on YouTube. But I will catch you guys in 2 weeks on Friday Night Vibe. But other than that, please have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday night. Be kind, be safe, and I will catch you guys in LA at VidSummit. Peace!